everybody, this is Lisa from Rosemaling with Art of Lisa, and I welcome you back to my studio. It's been a little while since I've done anything, so I figured today I should put a video out there. I've been working on Dala horses and fjord horses lately, as well as a bunch of other commission pieces, and today I'm finishing up a Dala horse, and I thought you'd like to join me. Let me reposition this, and here I go. 1, 2, 3, and there is my Dala horse. Put this down. Okay, here we go. So my Dala horse is actually finished on this side. This is a 7-inch Dala horse made by a gentleman named Mike Lusk. So today I am going to finish the embellishments or detail work on this side. To help me along, what I did was take a Xerox copy of the horse, so I have something to go on. I have my Jackie Shaw. What is this? You can't even read this brush. Anybody who's followed me before knows I use this brush all the time. It's a Jackie Shaw 10/0 liner, and I am going to get started here. So this is done in the telemark style. Now, Dala horses are traditionally a Swedish art form, and so I'm kind of going against the grain and against the tradition here by painting it with Rosemaling. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit there. All right. I also have been doing fjord horses, the Norwegian style, and I've been fortunate enough to get some from Mike, and I will be doing more of those as I go. So Rosemaling is a decorative art form that goes back to the late 1600s, early 1700s, for those of you who have not been with me before. And it is a decorative art form that, much like all the other art forms that went through Northern Europe, Eastern Europe, and such, with the Rococo and the Baroque, it is based on C strokes and S strokes. So you have a C stroke here, and then an S stroke flowing off the back. And then it's the various embellishments and styles that you go along with it. I have been Rosemaling since I was 11, so just a few years ago. Actually, I will say I am celebrating my 40th year of Rosemaling this year. Okay, so I gave my age away. Anyway, Rosemaling is just something that's been near and dear to my heart for a long time. So my first classes were when I was about 11. That doesn't mean that I actually fully Rosemaled at that point. I was 13 when my father was initially diagnosed with ALS. Now, fortunately, he actually doesn't have ALS. He has something called PLS, which is a much slower moving disease. And, well, anyway, so we had role reversal in our house when I was 13. And when I was 15 actually, he started making hope chest clocks and corner cabinets because he was a carpenter, and I started Rosemaling them. Alright, so let's see here. Put some nice little embellishments in here. So, if you can get a nice little look there. Embellishments or detailing is really what brings the piece to life. As you can see, I keep moving the horse, so I'm pulling the brush strokes towards me. And I have it on a palette paper here, only because, if you notice, my desk has a lot of paint on it. It's a little rough, and because the other side is painted, I really don't want to damage the other side and scrape it or anything like that. So by having the palette paper underneath, it does give some protection to my piece here. Now, I paint all sorts of objects. Horses are just kind of the new thing that I've done. but typically I do wedding plates and hope chests and clocks and corner cabinets. I have designed somebody's tattoo. That was a fun thing to do, and if Liz is watching, yes, I'm talking about your tattoo. Alright, I also have done sip and paint and all sorts of different things. Artwork is really my thing, though. You know, it's so funny, I never thought that I would consider myself an artist when I was younger. I was a New York City special ed teacher in a GED high school for many years. I don't reside in New York anymore. I was Staten Island. I am still on the East Coast, though. A lot of Rosemaling are really prevalent out in the Midwest, where so many of the Scandinavians, the Norwegians, settled when they immigrated from Norway. So there really was a high influence of Rosemaling out there. We've had some wonderful Rosemalers on the East Coast, and we have definitely great interest in it. And it's funny, it's the ebb and flow of art. I think for quite a while it was extremely popular, and then kind of quietly goes to the wayside a little bit, but always there. But I think now we're in a revitalization of the art. There are so many people interested in Rosemaling, and there are so many people out there that are interested in learning. I know myself, I go out and teach. I know various other teachers. So, alright, so here, I'm looking at what I have here. And this is a brighter red in there, and this is a little duller than I'd like. So, I'm going to come back, and I'm using Jo Sonja paints. They're from Chroma. And I'm going to go over this red, which is a red earth with a little Norwegian orange, but I'm going to highlight it with vermilion. Just going to bring a little C-stroke on the top there, just to give it a little pop. I'm going to give this one a little pop here. All right, don't mind my arm there. That brush that I just used was a Low Cornell. Right, yep, a Low Cornell 3. All right, so I am in the process of changing brushes and experimenting with other brushes, so I hope to have more information about that as I go. Okay, let's get some more detail in here. Now the detail, just like the main strokes, are C strokes and S strokes. Though you have little doodads, as we like to say, maybe a chocolate chip, for example. Ready? Let's make a little chocolate chip there. Isn't that pretty? Very simple. And just like any art or looking out in nature, you want it to be interesting. So you want to have thick, thin, light, dark. You want variety with it. If everything is the same size stroke, if everything has the same dimension, it just does not have the interest as when it has variety. So that's the goal here. I want to give it variety. Now, I'm trying to get it as close to the other side, but I'm not a robot. You know, I can't make it exactly like the other side. I'm going to try to get it as close as I can. Now, hopefully we're close enough here. Maybe I can come a little closer. Don't mind my fingers here. Oh well, we'll just keep going. Now, anybody who's watched me before knows that I've been planning on starting a YouTube page. Perhaps this one will go on YouTube. We'll see what happens. I am not a professional in videography or anything like that, so it'll be a little hodgepodgey. It will be a little simple. Won't have a ton of bells and whistles, and that's okay. Oh, we can only do so much, but isn't it great to spread the art form? That's the wonderful thing with social media, with videos, with such like that, is we can utilize it to spread so much information, good information, with other people. Okay, we get a nice little detail. See, it's starting to really come together, my horse here. It's painted on Galaxy Blue. I know it looks like it's black, but it's a very dark blue. Again, by Jo Sonja Paints. It's with Chroma. They're based out of Lidditz, Pennsylvania. It's a wonderful paint to use. It has the feel, once you get it on there, or at least has the look of oils. I am just added a little bit of water on my brush as I go, just to loosen up the paint a little bit. Alright, I'm going to come in here. Ooh, that was a little too much paint I almost got, or water. I almost got a little drip on there. So let's add a little here. I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch me paint this. Oh, see? There's that extra water there. I don't want that. So I have a little paper towel. I'm just going to blot it. The paper towel I use is the Viva heavy duty, or I use shop towels, like the blue mechanics towels, because they don't have the lint, and we don't want lint ending up on our pieces. Okay, so acrylics dry darker than they first appear on your pieces. So sometimes, just as when I came back with the vermilion, you need to add a little pop to it. So I'll add a little pop. Now in the end, it also dries much flatter, so in the end you have to add a varnish to it. Now I use my hand as a brace. I use my hand as a brace so that I don't put my hand into the piece as I'm working on it. Just keep working along here. Now, I might be going a little faster than I normally do because, you know, you guys are spending some nice precious time with me watching, so I don't want to take your whole day. But I hope you're enjoying what I'm doing here. Let's see. We need a little other color in there. Maybe we'll just add a little white there. I like those little doodads there. Alright, well, let's see. We need a little here. And it also looks like I had a little red, so I like putting these little dash lines. You want a balance of color. You want to make sure that to the eye it looks right. If you have too much blue in one area, add blue to another to balance it. For example, I might need a little blue down here, just because I have some blue up there, maybe a little dash there, a little dash there, and we kind of continue from there. Alright, let me add a little more here. Alright. Sometimes too, as I'm talking into the video, I kind of run out of things to say. So I kind of feel like I'm just jabbering along, and I hope you don't mind. It's just a day in my studio. I like to sit here quietly. I'm busy with my 3 kids and my husband and the 2 dogs. So sometimes it's just nice to be down in my studio quiet. I do listen to music. Sometimes I just like to listen to nothing. You know, I'll put a movie on. I'll just kind of hang out, or I just listen to what's going on in my head. Well, this kind of gives you an idea. We're just about finished. I hope you enjoyed my Dala Horse, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.